Here we go again. So, welcome to my collection tour of 2020. And I just had to do a follow-up as soon as this year started because, well, a lot has changed first of all. But second of all, thank you guys so much for almost 400,000 views on that last video. That is insane. I've never had a video get that popular. So I'm just going to start off really heavy with all of the clones and Apex over here on the right, who I think I mentioned in the last video that I was going to be finishing him off. If you want to see how much the collection has changed, just go watch that video and then come back and watch this one. You will see a ton of change, a ton of improvement in how I display stuff, and a lot of new items on display. So that down there, as you might recognize, is a Z6 rotary cannon. It does actually spin. It's got a little drill inside of there. Still need to figure out how to actually carry it while in armor. Haven't actually put on armor and tried to do that yet, but it is pretty heavy. And then we have this case here, which is all prequel and Clone Wars stuff. One thing I have improved on is displaying things by theme. So I've been trying to move everything together that fits together, rather than just random things that are also Star Wars. So it kind of matches with theming in some way. I'm still working on that to an extent, but definitely has improved since last time. So I'm just going to start up here. The top shelf is mostly clones, as you'll see. And there's Plo Koon mixed in there. And then this top right is actually Micro Series stuff. So everything from the Micro Series fits up here. Even some of though it's realistic styled, it is still based upon what we saw in the Micro Series. And then I have one more Micro Series piece right here, which is the Gentle Giant animated style statue of Anakin, which I really like that one. And then we got the Pre-Vizsla right there. His Darksaber ended up being real important, didn't it? For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, I'm sure some of you have seen The Mandalorian and will know. That is a Dave Filoni signature on a Star Wars Disney Racers Bosk. And there's a Bosk statue. I'm just picking random pieces to highlight because obviously I can't tell you guys about everything here. But I'm doing the best to show you some of the cooler stuff. This is another Dave Filoni signature, the one I got personally at Star Wars Celebration way back in like 2012, I believe. Celebration 6. That one was really fun. We've got a few Wolfpack stuff over here. Still my favorite battalion. The 104th. And then some vehicles down on the bottom. Lego and whatnot. Some not Lego. Hasbro. One of my favorite vehicles is this Tiger Shark gunship. Absolutely love that thing. It was a gift from my friend Tom at My Kind of Scum on Instagram. Anyone I mentioned in this video, by the way, I will link them in the comments for you guys. And this is a huge addition. I've recently gotten a 3D printer. Been able to make all sorts of crazy stuff. That is a Baby Yoda head, as you might recognize, or the child if you're very nitpicky. That is the back piece of a Battle Droid head, which the front piece is right here. It's just not done printing. It's at 88% after 32 hours and 21 minutes, so printing stuff does take a while. Here's some Disney pens. Not all these are Disney pens, but most of them. I will say one of the coolest ones I have is this Secrets of the Empire one, given to me from one of my friends who was a manager there. This was unreleased, actually, and I'm so glad I got it, because they don't make any merch, or not much merch other than t-shirts for that. And I just love Apex over here. Like, he's so cool. I'm actually doing a photo shoot in that armor tomorrow, so I'm excited to do that. Haven't gotten many pictures in it. And there's the Millennium Falcon. Then over here, there's a bunch of random stuff. It's kind of a video game corner. Mostly video game stuff. So you got Titanfall, Halo, and Fallout. And then it changes over here in the middle. It's actually Aliens and Predators, which can be video game, but are more known for their films. This one I recently got. It was only like $50 at GameStop, which is crazy cheap. And it came with like a poster and some pens. Really neat stuff. And here's Watto and Jar Jar Binks, the Pepsi ones. A few Legos and Facehugger. And then the Ralph McQuarrie book collection. Let's move on over here. Got a Godzilla over there on the floor. And then some Pacific Rim stuff. Gypsy Danger and Knifehead. And then like a little layout, like a blueprint almost, of Gypsy Danger. And then we got Captain America stuff, all my shields together on top of like a case with the Thor hammer and the glove down there. Blue, Yoda, and then some other Jedi Temple Guard, and then this Commando Droid head and this Dirge from the old Micro series are actually both made by my good friend Ron, aka Pilsner Props, and I currently have the mold for both of those, so I'll be able to make as many of those as I want. If you guys ever need any, hit me up. And then there's R2 cooler with some lightsabers in it. Some more lightsabers, and then down here some more random little items. So on the top shelf we got Rocketeer and Marvel, and bottom shelf looks like Aliens and Marvel. And then we have some Pokemon over there. Some of my childhood toys actually I've just held on to since then. I used to be huge into Pokemon. We got Yoda. And then this one I recently got for Christmas, so it is the Darth Maul Pepsi. I think I have all of the Pepsi ones, because for Phantom Menace they did Darth Maul, Yoda, and then Jar Jar and Watto, but I also believe they did Anakin one, but I don't think that was Pepsi. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I kind of do need to get it just so I have the full family, I guess, of all of the Phantom Menace promotional life-size figures. And then over here we have E.T. Still trying to phone home. I need to give him a telephone or something. I think that'd be funny. My favorite part is definitely the Reese's Pieces on the stand. That is just hilarious. And then we got this giant sticker by Christian Wagner. I've got a lot of pieces by him. He is an excellent artist. My Ghostbuster costume, which I am upgrading my Proton Pack soon because this one's a little small. It's the Spirit one. I just modded it a lot and added some different Greeblies and the light kit, which it looks good for now, but I definitely want to get the bigger one. And then right here we have Predator. There's the bio, and then there's the mask. Still have yet to wear this guy out. It is really hot and hard to wear, so he's mainly just a statue for me. And then here are my two favorites, both of my Boba Fett's and the Han and Carbonite. This has always been my favorite part of the collection, and always will be. Just seeing two different types of Fett side by side, and then Han and Carbonite being guarded by them, is just too cool, man. Just trying to show you guys some of the detail on it. So this one you're looking at currently is Return of the Jedi, whereas the other one is Empire Strikes Back. Easiest way to tell the difference would be the jetpacks and the gauntlets. The color of the Return of the Jedi is almost a rainbow color, and the gauntlets are red. Whereas the other one has conforming green that just looks more uniform, whereas this one looks more, I would say, colorful. But I still really, really like both versions. And then here's the green on that jetpack. Sorry I can't get behind him to show you guys all the details, but you guys get the gist of it. So Empire left, Return of the Jedi right. And I'm going to go through and show you each of these costumes individually that we passed by earlier. This is a Phase 1 clone. I 3D printed those droid fingers and put them around him so he could be Chopper specifically from that one episode where Slick is a traitor. And then this is a 501st Grunt. And actually, it's based on the new season paint scheme. So it was meant to be an Ahsoka Trooper, because they didn't have these details in the original Clone Wars season. So I had to add some details and really fill in some updated paint jobs to make it look more like Revenge of the Sith style, but on animated armor. And then this here is Commander Wolf, Phase 2. Realistic style, Commander Cody. The other three were all animated style. Biggest difference would be the knees and elbows on realistic style are actually separate parts, so it's a little bit more annoying to wear in my opinion, whereas these have elbows and knees connected to each armor piece. So it's like 4 less pieces you have to put on each time. And then this is Lieutenant Athex, who is a rebel spy who is voiced by Sam Witwer, but he wears what is considered Imperial troop transport or Imperial transport armor, like pilot armor. And we never see an Imperial transport pilot actually wearing this. We just see him wearing it. But it's a tank trooper helmet with standard TK armor that has been repainted to match the helmet. And then he also has a First Order Snowtrooper backpack, which I've yet to get. But that's a really random part for him to have since he's in an era between episodes 3 and 4. And then we have a Wilro Hood ice cream maker, which was recently in The Mandalorian as the thing that holds the Beskar. So that's pretty cool. Then we'll go into the next room. This room is where I spend most of my time, honestly. So I put all my favorite Fett stuff in here. These are all Boba Fett and Mandalorians on this shelf. So we'll start at the top. And just move across. And the top shelf is just varying different Fett helmets. So we got Jango, Ralph McQuarrie concept helmet, and another concept. Holiday special, plan on doing that costume, I'm working on it. And then we have Empire Strikes Back, and then we have like another Hasbro toy of Empire Strikes Back. So that was one of the first helmets I had, so I kind of just display it here. And then we have a vintage Slave One. Some really cool animated style Gentle Giant statues on this shelf. A few more statues and various pieces. Vintage carded Boba Fett there in the back, that's AFA graded. Boba Fett and Han and Carbonite with 2 stormtroopers. Some more Jango Fett items on this shelf. Trying to give you guys a good look at each shelf, and then I'm moving on quickly. I don't want this video to last all day. I could sit here and talk about these Fett items all day. There are so many good Fett items. And there's a few shin tools hidden inside those boots, which are parts of the costume. And then there's a wrist rocket here. These are all autographed on this shelf. So you got the hat autographed, the figures on the bottom, and then the 3 in the back are autographed as well, by Jeremy Bullock and Daniel Logan, respectively. That is one of my friend Lone Wolf Customs Creations makes this helmet. He cast it, and then I repainted it like Tristan Wren from Star Wars Rebels. And that is a Night Owl helmet, which was featured in The Mandalorian now, so that's cool. They've seen him in live action. That's an Ahsoka Mando helmet painted by M, non-binate. And then this is the new Mandalorian shelf. That is the found part for the ship control on this, what is the name of the ship? I actually don't know, but that's the ship control piece that he has on the panel that he used to turn the ship and whatnot. He has 2 of those, 1 in each hand. And this is my gaming area where I play on Steam and whatnot. And here we have my most recent pickup, which I figured I'd show you guys, like a mini haul. I found this at Walgreens. I've been looking for this one. It's the Clone Trooper armor wearing Obi-Wan Kenobi. Clone Commander Obi-Wan. Really love this, and the fact that they call back to the micro series with this really makes me happy. Just to see that get acknowledged. Up here we have some random First Order bits and bobbles. Kylo Ren and all those Force Awakens characters like Phasma. Ghostbusters. One of my favorite kaiju movies, very underrated. The Gamera series. I love Gamera. He's definitely my favorite of the kaijus. And then we got Hulkbuster and Hulk, and then the Marketeers, like, what the heck's going on? And we got Venture Brothers, Batman signed by Kevin Conroy, an actual Megalodon tooth, which is really awesome. I love sharks. And some Jurassic Park pieces. Little Han Solo tribute going on here. And then the Bith guy kind of joining in. And then an Aperture Science portal gun. Over here, just some random Marvel stuff. Over here we have like a clone, kind of clone tribute. I know the guy at the top middle. I don't know if he's a clone or not. He's a Senate guard, but he fits in. Right era, anyways. So just some of my favorite clone pieces over here. And some blasters over there. And then an epic piece done by Joe Hogan for Star Wars Celebration 2015, I want to say. Yeah, we'll go with that. 2015. That sounds right to me. Maybe it's not. No, I guess it's not. What year was that celebration? 2017. There we go. My bad. And then this is all Fett stuff on here as well. So all the way down, including the pictures on the wall, all Boba Fett. I guess you guys know what my favorite character is, but yeah, I'm a little obsessed with Boba Fett. He's definitely my favorite Star Wars character. I just always loved his design and the mysteriousness of him. And I kind of am okay if they don't do anything else with him personally, but I wouldn't mind seeing him back either. Just depends on what they do with his character overall. Some more pins, mostly Boba Fett and clones. And down here we have a few more pieces. The Boba Fett on the right there I got for Christmas. It's one of Christian Wagner's pieces from my friend Tom. And then the one on the left I already had. I actually purchased it at DragonCon. And they look really good side by side. I think I'm going to frame them and put them in that spot right there where these two smaller pictures are. The license plate and the signed one. I think they'll fit really well there. And then this is my workshop room over here through that door. It's a little bit of a mess, but I've got some projects out here I'm currently working on. So this is a Baby Yoda with some stuffing and wrap. Commando droid head from that mold I mentioned. These are two of them that I actually pulled from that mold. 3D printed battle droid that I've been working on. My friend Lone Wolf, John Ficker, actually designed this one. It's in the Battlefront game now. I've actually got to modify it a little bit to match that paint scheme because I based this on the action figure. Then we've got two TIE pilot kits here. One is actually going to become Inferno Squad and the other one's going to be a Rogue One style TIE pilot. And the difference is on the helmets, it's hard to see, but on that little ridge there, you see that little rectangle indented? That one's Inferno, whereas the one without it is just a regular TIE pilot. So it's a small difference, but it'll be noticeable because of the spot it's in. And once it's painted, it'll look a little bit different. We'll have some more red on the one on the right and just silver decals on the one on the left. And on to the last room, I believe. Oh, there's an Ewoks poster. Really cool. My grandma found that one. There's a few little pieces down here. And that's where I shoot photos sometimes of figures or me in costume, who knows. Good little backdrop for editing. Some stuff up there. Here's the dewback. This is another theming, so this one will be all Imperial. And there's some walkers down there, mostly ATSTs. ATST. Up there's the AT-AT box, and then there's the AT-AT. And that's my AT-AT driver I'm actually working on still. You can see a few little pieces are missing. Cassette pieces that go on there and whatnot, and the tubes. There's a good little reference right there, that helmet. Oh, yeah, you can see the pieces that are missing. But I have them, they're just in a drawer, waiting to be finished. All my parts. There's the gloves, and then some little greeblies are in here too. But we'll get to it. There's the baby punchers. I forgot to call them that. That's what they are now. They just punch babies. E11 and some short trooper pieces. And then down here some TIE fighters and other little things, toys. Oh, here you go. For those of you that do not know what Inferno Squad is, this is what that guy's going to look like once I paint him up. Got the red lenses and everything. I forgot him specifically, Gideon Hask, that's the one I'm doing. He actually got a minifigure, which is awesome. TIE Fighter, some sideshow pieces, probe droids and whatnot. Here's some more. That IG-88 head on the left, I actually 3D printed myself. One of the first big projects I took on with my 3D printer. Pretty satisfied with how it turned out. Still working on getting the lights set up in it. My snowtrooper. And this is like a little rebel section here. And that right there was like scum, I guess. Yeah, scum and aliens. And then there's an Ewok and a speeder. And I think that is all. So I'm going to end it with showing you guys the costumes over here one more time. And then we will end the whole video. And that will be my collection tour for 2020. Thank you all so very much for tuning in. And until next time, have a great 2020 and may the Force be with you.